Hi, and welcome to the ABQ Show. I'm your host, Wally Durangmeister, where we talk with people in Albuquerque that are making this a great place to live. And we have a guest in the studio today, a man who has been cleaning up Albuquerque for a lot of years, Mike McClain. Mike, welcome to the ABQ Show.
Thanks for having me.
So, Mike, you have a cleaning business, Xtreme Clean, and you've been doing this for a long time. I know you do a great job. I know a lot of your customers, and despite your glowing personality, they tell me you do a great job. Tell me about your business.
Well, we've been in business going on almost 28 years now, and we've been in Albuquerque for 20 of those. My wife and I relocated here back in 2000 when she was pregnant with our twins, and we've been enjoying Albuquerque ever since. She's from here, I'm from Colorado, so we moved from the Bay Area to here, and we've never looked back. We've always enjoyed being here, love the Southwest. And just it's been very good for our business being here in Albuquerque.
Well, to be in business, going on 30 years, you have to be doing something right. Tell us what's your approach to business, and also how have you seen things change over the years, because there is a lot of change in our world.
Well, one of the things I've noticed, like we're known as a carpet cleaner and cleaning company, but the machinery that we use is capable of doing so much more, like air ducts, tile and grout cleaning. We're industry leaders in all those areas. Now that carpet cleaning is becoming carpets are becoming less popular in a home, you're seeing more hard floors, you're seeing wood, planks, pergo type flooring. That's what's changed for us so much. So we've gravitated into those industries, and now we're recognized as one of the top Spanish tile floor companies here in town.
The Saltillo type tiles, is that right?
Brick, and all of those type of flooring. And so we do a little bit of everything. For a lot of big companies, a lot of small homes, we do tile, grout, pressure washing, outside patios, you name it. We can do a lot of different things. But that's what I've seen change over the years. Right. And so we've had to change with it. In order to stay in business, you got to do what people want clean. So if it's carpets, great. If it's upholstery, great. That's what we started out primarily doing. But now we're doing so much more.
Yeah. Now, talk a little bit about your commercial clientele here in Albuquerque. I'm always interested in kind of how the business side of things works, what kind of clients you have, and what sort of specific services you do for them. And then how do you think that helps their business?
Well, one of the things, we do a lot of maintenance type programs for large property management companies. Okay. We also do the Civic Center. Right now we're in the middle of closing out all the dorms at UNM and cleaning those up. We do the carpet there. We work with restaurants that have Spanish floors. We even do Tile Ski Valley. And we do carpet, floors, air ducts, you name it. And it's like hundreds of thousands of square feet up there. So we do a lot of local businesses, but our primary focus is the commercial / residential market that we're looking for as far as clients.
Yeah, so if you can do the convention center, you've got to have some serious hardware and some serious resources. How big is your company in terms of your techs, and how I know these things fluctuate up and down depending on season, but
right.
Just an idea of the size of your business.
Well, right now we have 10 vans, and we currently have about almost 20 employees operating those vans, with office staff more than that. But as far as what the size of our company isn't what we're looking for, the quality of it,
right?
And right now is the biggest we are during the year. We'll scale back as the year goes on, and it gets smaller once we get to the slow season. But then we'll be right back up again come spring and all of next year. So we usually run around 15 to 20 employees is what we typically carry within Xtreme Clean.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about the technology, where it is today. What are in those nice Xtreme Clean vans if one pulls up to your business or your house?
Well, it's kind of cool. When we started our business in the Bay Area, people were environmentally conscious. And that was over almost 30 years ago. And I looked at it as, well, I want to use what's environmentally safe for people's homes, because people are concerned what's in their house, what you're putting down. There's been all kinds of bad press for carpet cleaners. So I approach it from that standpoint of getting the best chemicals. And one of our chemical companies is ProChem, which provides the highest quality of environmentally safe cleaning products. And that's what we use on people's carpets, their floor, no matter what they have in their home. Right. And that's what has really improved over the last, 25 years. It's really become a hot button issue. And we've been leading with that ever since I lived in the Bay Area, because they're very environmentally concerned out there. And we approached it gladly, because most of the best products that were on the market were environmentally safe products. So that's where we went after it, and we've been very successful with that. Our cleaning supplies are very, very good. Not all of them are 100% environmentally safe, but stuff that needs to take out paint and stuff like that, certain types of chemicals need, you need certain things, but we can rinse it out with a cleaning agent that makes it pristine again. As far as equipment, I'll tell you, I mean, the state-of-the-art carpet cleaning truck mounts that we have out there are pretty amazing what they can do. They can clean air ducts, they can clean tile and grout, they can pressure walk sidewalks with high pressure and heat. It's amazing when you get right down to it what they're capable of doing. And that's why our industry has pretty much reinvented the air duct and duct cleaning industry. A lot of people don't know that, but air duct cleaning was revolutionized by the truck mount carpet cleaners in the industry.
Because that equipment could be used to clean those air ducts.
Yeah, they're powerful.
Yeah,
They're
and
very powerful.
Starting out back in the 60s and 70s, we had some issues with air ducts causing problems, and we still see those to this date.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we don't see the kind of problems they had primarily like in climates where there's a lot of humidity, high-rise apartments. There you can really see, and I have some pictures. I don't know if I've sent you some, but there's some real. You talk about dust bunnies in these air ducts that you see floating around these commercial buildings, and they're really thick. Well, it could slow down your ventilation system. Yeah, there's a good example right there.
Yeah.
It shows you the dust bunnies around the air ducts that you clean out and sweep out and vacuum out, and actually it'll cause your ducts, your air conditioners work a lot less, way more efficient, like 20 to 30%. When you're looking at those back east, I've talked to some property managers and high rises that said they've saved as much as 20 to 30% on their utility bill each and every month.
Well, I live in a relatively new home, but I know the first time that heater comes on in the fall, there's dust coming out, and we maybe have that. Can you take care of that as well?
Oh,
so So things that grow, but things that are just up there as well.
A lot of what you're seeing is from your evaporative cooling, if you have evaporative cooling, and a lot of that comes from the not chemicals, the alkaline and the hard mineral deposits in the water that we have.
That white powder that gets deposited over time, is
Bingo,
that right? Yeah.
Bingo. It just dries up and hits the air ducts, and all of a sudden you turn that heat on, it just it blows out like white dust, and it's all over your house. I have it in mine. I love evaporative cooling. I'm not an AC guy, because I like the moist, cool air, and so that's a great time. We're moving into that season here in a couple months, and that will cause you to probably have your air ducts cleaned more frequently than if you had a closed system like a refrigerated air system.
Okay. Now talk to me, what's on your truck? So you can, let me see if I get this right.
Okay.
You can spray water solution. You can have high suction to suck it back up.
Right.
And you can just use vacuuming, that kind of, it's a high pressure. So there's it's like it's a universal, the world's best vacuum. Is that over?
Yeah, I don't know if I sent you any pictures of them, of the machine itself. I don't think I have, but they're very sophisticated machines. They cost as much as a car, like $20,000 to $35,000. And they're really expensive, but they work in perfect harmony together, whereas the wand is spraying water and simultaneously sucking it up into the wand. You're working at about around 500 to 1,000 psi, depending on what you're cleaning. If you're cleaning carpets, it's around 400 to 500 psi of water pressure, and then it's simultaneously is extracting it, and it's at about 200 degrees for cleaning. And so the water's coming out at 200 degrees. It gives you the best cleaning ability at that temperature, and then it takes out the grease, the dust, everything, everything that's in your carpet. Now, as far as you know, the type of machines we have, they're pretty much I mean, they're constantly improving them, and so what we have right now are just really sophisticated pieces of equipment that heat up the water and simultaneously take it out. And then we use it for other types of stuff like your air ducts. Yeah. We use a dampener that sprays it into the vacuum line, so we never really use any water in the air ducts. We just use it on the carpet and the tile.
All right, very good. Well, we're visiting with Mike McClain here on the ABQ Show. Mike, keeping New Mexico cleaned up, and Albuquerque area in specific. Stay tuned, you're watching the ABQ Show here on ProView Networks.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am.
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Locally loved restaurants like Farina Pizzeria, Farina Alto, and the Artichoke Cafe are the perfect venue for your next event. Farina Alto has traditional Italian food, plus handcrafted cocktails in a beautiful Northeast Heights location. Farina Pizzeria with a downtown vibe, amazing affordable wines, and local beer. And the Artichoke Cafe has set the standard for casual fine dining since 1989. Visit our family of restaurants and see what fine dining is all about.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to newmexicohighlands.com today.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Xtreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McClain and Xtreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Xtreme Clean.
Welcome back to the ABQ Show. I'm Wally Durangmeister, and we're visiting with Mike McClain of Xtreme Clean. Mike, we've talked about the technical aspects of your business, but I know from talking to you at the break, people are very important in a business like carpet cleaning, the other services. You know, they're in your home, they're in your business. What's your approach to employees and getting the right ones and making that all work?
Well, you know, I've always, a service business, I value the employee. And one of the things that at Xtreme Clean I've always found so vitally important are the caliber of people you hire. We do background checks, we check everything, make sure, we want them to be physically presentable and professional. And so when I look at someone that's going to go into someone's house, I pretend it's my grandmother. Would that person feel safe? You know what I mean? And that's what's important to me. So or my wife, or my children, or your daughter. I don't want to send someone that's going to make someone feel uncomfortable. So I let people know when I hire them, you're expected to be professional. We wear these type shirts. And, you know, there's a level of professionalism that they have to maintain while working here. They can't, you know, drag themselves out of bed each and every morning with crazy hair or whatnot.
Right.
And they got to be professional. I mean, we are in the cleaning business, so you have to look the part. And some of the things I look at is just longevity. I want people to come to work for our company and stick around a long time. And one of the most important things to me is I still have the first 2 employees I hired 20 years ago in Albuquerque, Paul and Amy. I'll call them out, and Hector and Melissa, and the others that have been here for 7, 8, 9 years as well. And they're the backbone of my business. And when I talk to people about who we have working for us, it's funny, their names come up more than mine sometimes. Some people are, oh, Mike owns it?
Yeah.
They're like, who's Mike? But these guys are such an integral part of my business.
And that's a huge compliment, isn't it? When you have your people that are actually doing the service are the ones your customers know, like, and trust.
Yeah, and they know them sometimes. And I used to be out on the truck up until about 5, 6 years ago, and cleaning carpets each and every day, just like the guys. And that was fun for me. But now, you know, I'm getting older. I need to give my back a rest.
Well, and you know, you have a big organization. You got to keep a lot of people busy. You got to make it happen. And yeah, very interesting. So yeah, this whole thing of being professional, you know, it's one of those, they're in there doing a very technical job.
Sure.
But communication skills, all those things, it's what makes a good tech. What are some of the things that people might not normally think of in terms of the folks that have been with you? What are their traits? Because this whole people thing, people say people are my most important asset, and then they have bad ones. So, you know.
Exactly. And you know what I look for, just, you know, when I hire someone, I never look at a guy's ability to clean carpet. I look at his ability to connect with people. So when I hire guys, they have to be personable, polite in the interview, and you know, just the type of person I could see working in our company.
Right.
Yeah. There's G. That's on the set of Breaking Bad when we.
Did you do some cleaning there?
Yeah, we were one of the episodes that. That's one of my guys, G, the late G. He actually passed away a few years ago. He drowned at a very tragic lake accident. Yeah, but he was one of our valued employees for years, and. But yeah, we value people that work for us, and we want those guys to be professional and successful. I mean, it's no surprise when we're cleaning carpets. And I take it seriously. I tell people every day, I think of you going and seeing my wife Tracy and my children in my house.
Right.
And I tell the guys, you need to think about this.
Right.
You know, this is very important. I mean, the world we live in today, people feel unsafe. That's why you see all these cameras and security systems all over the place. And I don't want to add to that, you know.
Yeah. You know, the old stereotypical carpet cleaning guy had this the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, right?
No.
That is a no.
No.
So you've been in Albuquerque almost 20 years, right?
Yes.
So you're right there at native status at 20 years. You know, you can go ahead.
Oh, I'm native now.
Yeah,
I'm New Mexican. All right.
I know.
My wife definitely is. She grew up here, and.
No, people come here and like it. Talk talk to me a little bit about some of the things you do in the community. I know you mentioned you have twin sons. Just how that's going from what you're doing here in town.
Well, in Albuquerque, we're very involved in team sports. As you know, like with La Cueva football, we sponsor other teams in the area. What is it, Cibola, and I believe Sioux Cleveland. I used to play football. I value football. I tell people the things I've learned the most about playing, about being in business, I learned playing football and being on the gridiron. And those are things that are valuable to me. So we're very much involved in sports at La Cueva, sponsoring, participating. My wife's the booster. Tracy is very involved in anything La Cueva, and specifically the football team. She's a booster club president. We've been doing that for probably, she's been involved for maybe half dozen years.
Yeah.
With our oldest, now our youngest, so we'll always be involved. We've done sponsored running events for Right to Life in New Mexico. I used to be on the board of directors with them, and just involved in other things with their church and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, I know you haven't quit with the cleaning business. You must have that entrepreneurial spirit, bug, whatever you want to call it. I know you have another business, another extreme business, Xtreme Storage. Talk about that. How'd you get into that? And then how does that work with all the other stuff you have going on?
Well, years ago, we started investing in just rental property. And for years, I looked at the apartment industry, and I was like, man, it would be really nice to have some storage lockers. I don't have a lot of toilets breaking and maintenance issues. And so anyway, this opportunity came up, and my wife and I, Tracy, who's half of the business, whether it's Xtreme Clean, she's involved. She's the glue that keeps the operation together. I mean, she's used to be a CPA, so she keeps everything running on a straight and narrow, and she runs the property management business that we are, not management, but we own investment property, and she takes care of that. So she runs a property called Xtreme Storage, and it's a 50,000 square foot warehouse with indoor storage for boats. It stores our Xtreme Clean facility. It also doubles as a RV and boat storage center here in Albuquerque. And what we did was we bought a property that was distressed for like 10 years. It was abandoned. Mm-hmm. And it's off of Avenida and Broadway, off of Williams and Trumbull. And the city was so happy. We went in there, refurbished it, brought it up. It's a 5-acre facility right along the railroad tracks across from El Modelo. And it's been a huge success in the last 2 years. It's been open, and we've been pleasantly surprised how starved people are for RV and boat storage and self-storage in that part of town.
So is all of it inside, all 50,000 square feet, or do you have an inside-outside?
Oh, no. We only have 50 to 70,000 square feet of indoor and covered parking for the RVs and boats. Okay. The rest, 5 acres. Okay. so the rest is outside. Yeah. The rest of the facility is outside parking. So there's a lot of parking outside. We probably have close to a couple hundred automobiles parked there, and then we have a lot of self-storage lockers and vaults, as we call them, because they're dust-proof. They're really state-of-the-art, and we found them up in Colorado, and they're these white boxes that are completely sealed and have a great, they keep the dust and dirt out, whereas a lot of other places you get dust and dirt on them because of roll-up doors. Right. But these are just really good self-storage units.
Okay, very interesting. Well, I have to ask, probably not the first person. I know in California, the way storage works, if it goes, they do the auction. Is that the law in here in New Mexico? Do you ever have those auctions where people have to come in and auction, or it doesn't work that way here?
We haven't been in business long enough to really. We've had one person abandon their locker with a bunch of stuff in it, so we just threw it away.
Right, yeah.
I mean, there was a shovel or a broom or something we kept. You never have too many of those. But I mean, You know, we haven't had that yet.
Are you telling me TV is not necessarily true to life all the time?
Well, you know, I know you see that where somebody like finds a lost Rembrandt or a Picasso picture and then it's worth $1 million or something. But no, we haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if we will.
That's very interesting. So, Mike, in the few minutes we have left, talk about what's some of the advantages to using a company like yours. And let me just give you a little starting place. I began to manage a commercial property. And what you don't realize is that if you have the people in there cleaning with the wrong products, it doesn't take very long until you can really do a lot of damage. Talk about if I'm somebody, a new property owner, particularly commercial, where you're going to have that. What do you do so that, after a month, they haven't used the wrong product like bleach and now your red floors are white and it's all ruined, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyone that's a professional in our field like we are, they're going to be certified.
Right.
IIRCC certification. And we know what products to use, what's environmentally safe. Like I said, in cleaning, there's environmentally safe strictly, and then there's mostly environmental, because most stuff can't reach that level of perfection that is considered environmentally safe.
So like what you were saying before, to get paint out, you might have to use something that might have a petroleum distillate in it.
Exactly,
out of there.
because back in the day when I first started cleaning with environmentally safe products, what made most products environmentally safe was the rinsing agents, so that you could get those surfactants and everything out.
Right.
Now that doesn't meet the same. So you got to be careful as to what you're using and saying you're doing.
Right.
To be a true green company, which we aren't, because not everything meets that, but it meets the quality and standards that we shoot for in cleaning the carpet.
Right.
And it may not always hit that threshold of being considered green.
Right.
And it's not harmful. It's just that
it's
some
not
people,
toxic, it's not harmful.
Well, you sit and talk to a customer and your customer has Kool-Aid stains in their carpet.
Right.
Okay? They're not asking you if it's environmentally safe. They're asking, can you get that out? Because otherwise I'm buying a new carpet.
Right.
And yeah, we can, but the product we use, it just depends how, what, no one's, it's just most of your pet urine problems that people have in their houses, they're not environmentally safe or considered, I wouldn't say safe, they're just not green or stamped with the green label. Right. I would never want to say the products we use aren't environmentally safe. I would say that they're green. There's green and there's non-green.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It's effective, safe.
Yeah, it's effective and safe, and you can rinse just about anything out of your carpet.
Yep. So, if people want to find out more about your businesses, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Mike?
Well, at Xtreme Clean, our number is 505-796-0505. That's the best way to get a hold of us. Amy will be answering the phone, myself, Liz. I answer the phones after hours. And as far as Xtreme Storage, it's 888-2430 for RV and boat storage.
All right, very good. That's it for this episode of the ABQ Show. Mike McClain, Xtreme Clean. Mike, thanks a lot.
Thanks for
having
having
me.
me.
With you.
Appreciate
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you soon.